Hi Taurus, this is your March forecast. It's a big month, March, because this is the month of the eclipses. And the eclipses are very powerful aspects that happen usually twice a year. This year it's March and September, and their energies last for at least 6 months afterwards, if not longer than that. So let's look at this month for you. On the 6th of March, we've got Mars getting out of your 7th house, coming into your 8th house, joining Saturn in this 8th house. So Mars in the 8th house. This is a wonderful time for putting energy into projects that might involve somebody else. You might be dealing with somebody else's money, somebody else's assets. It's also a good time for going for funding for something. If you need funding or a grant or a scholarship or some business funding for an idea that you've got, crowdfunding even, this Mars energy really gives you a lot of energy to do it and to be successful, because you're going to be persistent. And the Saturn energy is going to enable you to be structured in your approach. So you could be very successful for those of you looking for that. Also, if you're in a partnership or a relationship, if your partner's finances have been difficult for a while, they may get a boost with that Mars energy in your 8th house. It's also a very good time for deciding to get more intimate, to really say to yourself, okay, I'm ready to get closer to people. And the Mars energy in that 8th house may enable you and help you to do that. It's also a very good time to take care of any kind of financial matters to do with tax, to do with anything to do with insurance, anything to do with mortgages, banks, all those kinds of things. Good time to get it done and get it behind you with that Mars energy. On the 6th of March as well, same date, we've got Mercury coming into your 11th house. So as you can see, a great deal of activity happening in the 11th house. For those of you who don't know much about the houses yet, you can check out my free video online. Just look out the houses in astrology and you'll find that video which may help you understand the monthly forecasts. So all these planets in the 11th house. Now your 11th house is all about your dreams and your wishes. What you're wanting for yourself, but also what you want for the wider community, the wider world that you're living in. Because soon enough, it's going to be your birthday time. So what are you wanting for yourself? It's almost like it's your new year when your birthday comes around. So here, this is very much looking at maybe the possibility of working in groups of people, working with a team of people, getting together with like-minded people, finding your tribe of people, so to speak. It's a wonderful time for socializing, for getting out there, for really connecting with people far and wide. And you might want to do that on the internet, but equally you might be doing it in person. With Venus there as well for the first half of the month, you may well meet somebody who you really like, who you get along with and have just a really nice, easy, pleasurable connection with. And on the 9th of March, we've got this solar eclipse happening again in this 11th house. So really the 11th house is highlighted for you this month, dear Taurus, and it would be a wonderful time with the solar eclipse there. You might find all your friendships changing over these next few months. It may already have been starting, because very often we begin to feel the energies of the eclipses a little while before they actually happen. And you might be noticing certain friends really you don't particularly want to be around as much anymore, and there are new friends and others that you really are interested in, or maybe you're going to create a whole new social circle for yourself too. Now that too can certainly be happening during this solar eclipse, triggering that 11th house. But certainly it can bring you some very nice new people, new groups of people to connect with and to really inspire one another with. On the 13th of March, we've got Venus coming into your 12th house. On the 21st of March, we've got the Sun coming here. And on the 22nd of March, Mercury coming here. So a lot of focus for the first half of the month on this 11th house. And then we get a lot of focus on this 12th house. Now, the 12th house is really encouraging you, Taurus, to take some time out, to take a breather, and to enjoy it. Maybe go into nature, maybe have a little retreat somewhere. These 12th house aspects are great for having a retreat. Maybe just have a weekend on your own sometime, especially towards the latter part of the month, just to recharge yourself, recharge your batteries, to reassess how the year has gone, what you might like to have changed, what you'd like to change in yourself coming up for this year. And so really these 12th house planets are triggering an inward internal search. You might take more of an interest in astrology and numerology, in all the metaphysical areas of life, the unseen areas of life. You might develop more of your psychic, more of your intuitive skills. And you may get some very powerful dreams that could give you a lot of information and useful insight about maybe a problem that you've been confronting for a while. And all of a sudden a light bulb goes off with that Mercury energy and you're like, now I know which direction to go into. And it probably won't come unless you really give yourself that quiet time, which seems to be very important. Meditating, yoga, breathing, going out in nature, whatever it is that gives you that sense of peacefulness inside and takes away all the outer stresses of your life. You see, that 12th house, it's much maligned with hospitals and prisons and all that sort of thing that rule it. But actually, it's a time to just get away from the general hubbub of everyday life and just tune in to yourself and what you're wanting. Because then when birthday comes round, when things start to get busy again and all the planets move here for you, then you're going to be busy again. You won't have a time for this. So really use this to develop that for yourself. Maybe develop a practice of doing yoga every day, of meditating every day, whatever it is that just gives you that calmness. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's gardening. Yes, it doesn't really matter what it is, but it's just whatever gives you that beautiful sense of serenity. Because Taurus, you really need that. You're one of the signs that deeply needs that serene feeling. And on the 23rd of March, we've got this lunar eclipse happening in your 6th house of health, of work, of service to others. So the lunar eclipse, it could bring to light something that you need to start doing for your physical body. Yes, this is very much the internal, the mental body, the emotional body. Here is your physical body. Yes, what do you need to do? Do you need to eat differently? Do you need to eat less? Do you need to eat more? Do you need to eat more slowly? How can you use your time more efficiently? You might feel as though you're running around like a headless chicken. This lunar eclipse will bring things to a head for you. Something may come to a head in your work area. You may find that you've found a job that you really like, or a job that you've been working on for a while comes to a close, and something else can come in, something new can come in. It's also that lunar eclipse, maybe you may be questioning, how can I help? What can I give? What can I volunteer in? And maybe it's just as much as looking out every day for one act of kindness that you can do for another person. That could be triggered by this eclipse. And it's going to last for a good 6 months, so you'll have lots of opportunities to experiment with that, to play with that, to really enjoy that eclipse in that 6th house. So there you have it, my lovely Taurus. You've got Jupiter in the 5th, so there's always a chance of romance for those of you looking for it, and also some kind of growth through being around children, being around young people in some way, and maybe bringing out more of the child within you. So I wish you a wonderful month. Thank you very much for commenting, sharing, subscribing. Bye for now.